You know, we want to believe them. There are some simple diet tips that are claiming to help melt fat really quickly, but beware, common myths could be weighing you down. Renee Chenot-Fatah reports.
That's absolutely not true.
That's what diet doc Jillian Robotham says about a very popular diet myth. The misconception that low fat means low calorie.
A lot of times to decrease the amount of fat in a product, they'll actually add more sugar or starches to make the texture more pleasurable, and that adds additional calories. Also, it's important to the serving size, because a lot will seem to have low calorie content, but you look at the serving size and it's not really a serving that you would eat on your own. So generally you would consume 2 to 3 times that and the calories just start adding up.
She says ignore everything you see on the front label, turn it around and read the real deal on the back. At first glance, you would think the cooking spray Pam had 0 calories. But look at this. That refers to just a 1/4 of a second spray. Who does that? A more likely spray takes about 2 seconds, about 14 calories. Still low, but not 0.
There's no such thing as a negative calorie food.
Sad but true, dear dieters. The doc says there is no such thing as a food that burns more calories to eat than it contains. Another big fat myth is that over-the-counter and internet diet pills are approved by the FDA.
Oh, absolutely not. After they're on the market, they are monitored by the FDA, but unlike prescription medication where they have to prove that they're safe, nutritional or diet supplements don't have to go through that proof.
Dr. Robotham says, here are the facts. Carbs are not always the enemy. Drinking water will not curb your appetite, and calories consumed at night are not more fattening.
It's not about when you eat the calories, it's all about your total consumption throughout the day.
Now, you probably have some of the same questions and ideas. Here to give some expert advice on the subject and to take your phone calls, too. That number is 569-9390. #1 radio health program in the country, Dr. Jan McBaron. Welcome so much. You got a chance to watch it with us.
I did.
What do you think?
Where do you want me to start?
Okay, we'll go
now,
down the list.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, first of all. And I bring to you an opinion of a board-certified bariatric medical doctor. So, and along with that comes my own personal quest from when I was over 200 pounds and how I've been able to keep it off all these years. So, basically, I'd like to start with the carb myth.
Okay.
Okay, not all carbs are bad. That's true. There are complex carbohydrates and simple carbohydrates. They both have the same amount of calories. The exact same amount of calories, but a complex carbohydrate has more fiber in it, so it's more slowly released into your system, so you have less of an insulin surge, so therefore you have less fat gaining and less ultimately transferring those calories into fat. Remember, it's how much insulin that gets secreted that determines how hungry you are and how much fat you make.
How much insulin that's secreted.
And that's secreted based on how fast your blood sugar goes up. So a simple carbohydrate like white rice and white pasta and white sugar and cakes and candies and cookies. They shoot your blood sugar right up immediately, and so you get a lot of insulin, and insulin stimulates your appetite and makes fat.
Okay.
All right? Complex carbohydrates have fiber in them. Fiber takes a hold of those calories in that sugar and lets them in real slowly.
So you're getting to that there are some foods that are better for fat burning.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So complex carbs are not the bad guy. They're good. So there's some truth that there is truth that not all carbs are the same, and they're not our enemy, like people think. Fruits and vegetables are very important to making us gain weight. Do you think there's a person in the world that's heavy because they ate too much broccoli or ate too many apples?
No,
not at all. And both of those are carbohydrates. All right. Now, the next myth is that she brought up was about the negative calories. Okay. Now, this is where I take exception to this because you need to think the whole thing through. Fundamentally, you know, a negative calorie would mean that you eat it and it takes more to burn it than it did in the actual calorie content. Well, let's talk about celery. That's always listed as having negative calories, or lettuce with negative calories. What happens is you have to wash and clean and cut lettuce and celery, and all of that takes calories in the preparation of it. The other thing is that it takes longer to chew them. The longer it takes to chew things, the greater you are at slowing the insulin release. So in essence, they are really negative calories. They do promote weight loss. So if you simply add lettuce, iceberg lettuce is not a good example, but add raw celery, raw carrots to your diet, if you snack on them, you're certainly going to promote weight loss, more than if you ate nothing for the snack.
Okay.
All right, so that is not true that there is no, quote, negative calories. It depends on how you look at it.
We have a phone call. Cindy from LaGrange. What question do you have for Dr. McBaron?
Hello, and good afternoon to you ladies.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The question I have is, what could I go to the health store and get a weight, gain weight, that would be safe? Or is there anything?
Okay, I'm not sure if I heard that. It was about losing weight. That's something that will help you lose weight that is safe?
No, I'm trying to gain weight.
Whoa.
Because of the medicine that I'm on, it's making me
do you get many questions about trying to gain weight?
I used to 20 years ago, but nowadays not anymore. Yeah, so she's certainly in a minority. And, you know, but by the same token, there's a few people, certainly 2/3 of us are overweight, so, and a very small percentage of people need to gain weight. Well, gaining weight is obviously the opposite of losing, and it is calories in versus calories out. So, depending on if someone's trying to gain weight, one of the fastest ways to gain weight, one of the fastest ways to gain weight, and this is one of the myths that we were going to discuss, which is what happens if you eat at night. If you eat at night, that I disagree with that other doctor completely. It's not about how many total calories you eat, it's about also when you eat them.
You eat it.
Absolutely, because if you want to gain weight, you eat at night, and you eat your biggest meal at night before you go to bed, and you're going to put on weight.
The truth is what happens.
Yeah, because at night before we go to bed, we're not capable of burning calories. So whatever you do before you go to bed at night is what's going to happen the whole time you're sound asleep in bed. So I like to tell my patients at Georgia Bariatrics, I say, look, if you're going to eat right before you go to bed at night, you just signaled your fat cells all night long they should make fat while you're sound asleep. If instead you go to bed a little on the hungry side, your fat cells are going to burn fat the whole time you're asleep. It is so much better to get up and eat in the morning, and then you won't gain the weight as if you ate it before you went to bed at night. So it's not just, I disagree with that doctor, I think that's not a true myth. Is it a negative myth? I don't know which. But but certainly yes, total amount of calories matter, but it also matters when you eat them. This lady wants to gain weight. I suggest a good protein shake, like a Whey 26 shake. Put about a 1/4 teaspoon of catnip in it. It's a big appetite stimulus. I recommend this for people that have chemotherapy or they're finicky kids, eaters, don't eat too well. People that want to gain weight, have a shake like that before you go to bed at night. Be sure you put daily extra powder in it, which is vitamins and minerals, so you're getting good nutrition, and you'll start to put on about a pound a week if you do that.
Awesome. We have a question to Facebook. Let's see who that is and what the question is.
Dr. McBaron, what foods should you avoid that may cause drastic weight gain while pregnant?
What food should you avoid to cause drastic weight gain during pregnancy?
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great one. That's a great one, isn't it? Okay. Well, fundamentally, basically, the weight of a pregnancy is going to be 20 to 25 pounds. No matter what you do, that's the weight of the baby, the amniotic fluid, the lactation glands in your breast, the increased volume of your blood vessels, the placenta, the whole deal is going to be 20 to 25 pounds. So that's it. That's all you should really gain during a pregnancy. Anything more than that, you're eating for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You need to not do that. And you know, if you're finding that you're eating more, part of it is women feel they have a license to eat because they think they're eating for 2, and it's like, now I'm pregnant. I've been there, done that too. Yeah. Then you pay for it. And after we have our children, it's much harder to lose because the fat cell will not release fat as well. With each child we have and every birthday we have, our ability to burn fat goes down.
Oh boy. Well, let them know how they can reach you, Dr. McBaron.
Well, you can reach me at my website, georgiabariatrics.com. There's over 100 weight loss tips there for you, by the way. You can certainly also reach me in my office at my phone number. You want to give that out? No? Yes? Yeah, you can look me up. Okay. 706-322-4073. That's 706-322-4073. It's Georgia Bariatrics. Been the same number since 1987, since I've been in Columbus and Auburn as well.
And I want to say just publicly, Dr. McBaron has been such a friend to me. I tell you, I struggled. I was skinny as can be until I had that last baby, and I went in her office crying. I said, Dr. McBaron, you have got to help me. And you have helped me, and I just want to say thank you in public.
Thank you, Dee. I appreciate it. And you've done well, and congratulations on your show. Folks, keep watching. She knows what she's talking about.
Okay, thanks a lot. Stay with us. We're going to have some more questions. Please call 569-9390. Awesome information from this lady. The Dee Armstrong Show continues after this break.